Okay, so here you see me pushing play on my phone because my phone will no longer upload videos to my computer. As you can see, there's a big string with a lot of strings hanging down about a foot apart, and I've tied this. It took me a long time, and the idea was to put this up so that beans have something to climb on. And this is the length of the garden. And here's me putting a shovel onto the string and hardly able to do anything because it's so hard to do with one hand with a camera in the other. I managed to hang it on some sort of branch that was off of that fallen down willow tree. And then I'm showing you here that I'm going to string it up above that branch, and then it's going to go to the head of the garden there. I've got a lot of pole beans and a lot of pumpkins. They're going to be strung up there. This is my 4th of July barbecue, but it's on the 5th because I had to work all day yesterday. So here I am having chicken, grilled chicken, and my fire just started going pretty good. I'm going to let it go out naturally and just turn the chicken over slowly. I think about 3 or 4 turns will do it. It's already snapping on one side. I'm going to have to turn it pretty quickly here. Really nice day, beautiful day, 5th of July. Here's the boundary from where I first did half of it up to the head, and this part is considerably different looking than the newer half. I thought the slugs would kind of thin them out, but they haven't, and usually they eat all the amaranth I can grow, so something odd's going on here. There are slugs and snails around, but they're not touching my amaranth this year. Don't know why. Anyway, the beans are climbing up their vines really nicely here. Some beans haven't reached any string, so they're just kind of dangling around there. This looks like a female pumpkin that's been fertilized in there, so that's a good sign. I haven't seen any other fertilized ones though, but I haven't dug in there. I didn't want to disturb anything. And because so much is hanging on this one line here, I'm thinking about tying another line from the same stick. Maybe I'll get a different stick, or maybe I'll even have to go from this branch here, from this tree, and go straight off at a slightly different angle to that same branch up there, to give them more things to climb up. I still have sort of a path. I'm trying to train the pumpkins back up to the line, but they don't like listening to me too much here. Lots of male flowers. I don't see a ton of female flowers. Well, anyway, here's the possibly fertilized female pumpkin again from the other side. My beans. Now I did plant cucumber seeds. I didn't sprout them at home, I just planted seeds straight to the ground. And this is either a real cucumber or it's one of those wild cucumbers, and I don't know yet. It hasn't flowered yet, and when it flowers there'd be a little cucumber sticking out where the flower was, and I don't see any of those yet, so we've got a few more weeks, or maybe another week before that happens. So yeah, so here's basically the line between the pumpkin jungle, which goes back about 10 yards, and the not so pumpkin jungle. In other words, no pumpkins. Seems like a butterfly patch today is what it is. See if I can get closer to this guy here. So, butterflies. This one they call the cabbage butterfly. Put it in the shade of my head. Okay, you see it like that. Anyway, that is the snake mound as it stands now. Okay, here I have, looks like 5 poppies. Here's a big poppy right here. I haven't cleaned this up much. This side, I have a few interesting things growing in here. I've got my mint. There's a couple mint there. And in here's a couple things I know I planted, but I don't know what they are right now. Here is, not sure if that's mine or wild. And I haven't seen many things that look like that around here, so it must be mine, but I don't see any more of it. Here I have some fuzzy, must be soy. It's like a bean, but it's soy, fuzzy. It's soy fuzzy. This is all weeds in the swale until I come to this one. Bing! This is amaranth that decided to grow down in the swale. And it seems to me like it does really well in the swale, maybe because it's wet. Might be a consideration for next year, just seed amaranth only in the swale. Pumpkins are here. Pumpkins are here, and I see some pumpkin flowers up and down the mound here. You can see some yellow down there. I see 2 corn. There might be more corn. This was colored corn. This was not regular corn. Some ornamental corn. And I'll just quickly jump up on top of the mound, show you where the pheasants have been. I've been up here before. This is where pheasants play. They do dust baths here. And you can see a pheasant feather in my footprint over there. They do a lot of dust baths, and you can see the erosion off the sides. It's the first year of this mound. It's normal, and by walking on it I'm actually pushing dirt down into the cracks, which is probably a good thing. Pumpkin on this side are doing okay, but they're not very large compared to what I've got down in the snake mound. I think it's drier right here. Down here I can see a few potatoes. So my plan is, once the mustard stops its little thing,
to clear out the mustard. And once I clear out the mustard, I'm going to go in and dig up some potatoes, because it's been 3 months for some of them, and they should be fine. So looks like I've got quite a few potatoes down in there amongst the mess. So that makes me happy, because that was very little effort on my part. Here's the river. Beautiful river. You can only see it when I'm standing on this mound now because the weeds are so high. Here come some people, so I'm going to get off this. Okay, try not to kill my amaranth. There's some baby amaranth growing there. I had to escape from the mound the other day through here. I had to cut my way out because I discovered a wasp's nest at the entrance. So I had to get out this way because I didn't want to disturb the several hundred wasps that were flying around. But in doing so, I accidentally cut down my new little agrest plant, which is too bad, but maybe it's still alive. Anyway, it'll survive. And just to show you the difference that sunlight makes, when I trimmed all the stuff back here, here's the second agrest, which is doing just fine. I'm not going to cut that one. I'm going to be very careful. So I've got the swale filled with old weeds that I cut off of here. Everything that I cut here is in the swale, rotting. Okay, so this hazelnut bush was not doing very well, and when I opened this up, it got a lot more sunlight, and it shot up about 1.5 feet. Back here is the other one, and this one's really thickened up this spring and summer. It's a lot thicker now, and of course it's up on the mound, but it's above my head. It's about 9 feet tall, but if you count it from where it comes out of the ground, it's about 4 feet tall. Stinging nettle. Jerusalem artichokes growing just fine in the back here, competing for sunlight. That's why these ones are bending down like this, looking for any available patch of sunlight. And now this is where I have to be careful because I had wasps. So, see, there goes one right there. Okay. That big patch of dirt is where a fox had dug it out, and I was here early in the morning, and so I was laying around, decided to make a fire, but I didn't have any wood, so I had my bag in there, and I came walking out and I saw a couple wasps. Well, I didn't pay much attention to it, and I went and got a couple sticks, and I came back and there were even more wasps. So I noticed that the fox had dug a hole back into that thing, and there were lots of wasps in the fox hole. It was just I suppose the fox was digging for a mouse or something, or a mole. Anyway, so this big opening was there, and I figured I can't have that because I need to be able to kill off the wasps. So I shoveled dirt from where I had that compost pile there, the remaining dirt I shoveled over and threw it on that pile while the wasps were all flying around. Of course, about 200 wasps came out. I got stung twice. They didn't hurt me. It bothered me less than stinging nettles. So if I go cutting stinging nettles and my arms are bare, that bothers me more all day than those wasps did. But again, I only got stung by 2. I was lucky. Anyway, so I filled up the hole, and I did it from way back here. I had to throw dirt all the way over there. And now they've rerouted themselves. They have one hole they come out of, I can see, And that's good, and that means I can go over there and kill them with a can of spray. And I'm not going to do that today because I haven't bought it yet, but I'm gonna spray them and kill the colony. I don't need those wasps. I like bees, but I don't need wasps. I hope you can understand that.